laws, I don't think are going to go. I don't know what's going to happen, but they're definitely not going to go. They're here to stay with us. Thank God I'm not a politician in Austria.
Yes, it's awesome. Hi, my name is Arthur Legger, and I did the Geert Wilders trial as a reporter for nearly a year, almost more than a year. I'm not an expert, I'm just a reporter, but I came to know some stuff about this trial. And what struck me was two things, basically. One, it's very expensive to have a good lawyer. And secondly, every lawyer invents the wheel again. Someone like Bram Moskowitz was only informed about the Ferret case, or the Le Pen case, in a rather late stage of his defense, the defense of Geert Wilders. And this strikes me as I can understand it, because he's doing his own defense for Geert Wilders and he's doing his own technique. But somehow much of knowledge is lost. I mean, you're now doing your process in Austria, but I think there's a lot of stuff, a lot of technicalities, a lot of insights, a lot of information about the European Court, about European law, which Bram Moskowitz already gathered over a year, and which also the public prosecutors gathered for over a year, because two people have been doing this for a year, day in, day out, the nitty-gritty, the nitty-bitty, every comma of the law. So, you just said that your contact with Geert Wilders isn't very close at the moment, but I think that's not very important. It's the contact of your lawyer with Bram Moskowitz, which is eminent. And I can only advise you, especially because Tuesday the whole thing starts. And I've witnessed it, what happens, and also what happens to someone who is on trial. I can advise you, it's a rather late stage of your defense, to get in very close contact with the Bureau of Bram Moskowitz, if you haven't done it already. So my question is, isn't it time for something more like international collaboration between the lawyers who are defending people on trial, just to get a head start when there's a new trial popping up?
Yeah. I completely agree with you that lawyers should get together, but this is not something that I can do. This is something that lawyers need to do, and if there are any lawyers sitting in here, please get busy. But you're right. There will be more, I'm sure. And as of tomorrow, I'm sure there will be even, there are people waiting for this to happen. My lawyer has not gotten in touch with Bram Moskowitz yet, because we talked about it. Because the situation of the law is different. And also you mentioned these cases on the European court level. The problem with the Austrian law, this hate speech law, and also the Verbotsgesetz, the Nazi law, banning any mention of National Socialism, is a constitutional law, which means it is not trumped by the European law. So unfortunately, those cases have no bearing on my case. All we can do is wait for the verdict in January, then go and appeal, hope for an acquittal on the appeal. If not, then we go to the European Court. That's the way we have to do it here in Austria, unfortunately.
That's also the situation in Holland.
Yeah.
That you have your own national law, and formally, the European law only comes into place when there's a decision, when there's a verdict on national level. But what I noticed is that the judges do it fine. They try to reason already, the public prosecutors and also the judges in their comments, in their private comments. They reason from the European court law, from European law, to the Dutch situation. And it was only because Rome Moscovites made it very clear, and also the public prosecutors themselves made it very clear, that it should be reasoned from the national position, and then, in a later stage, to the European Court, that this was not the line of thought that happened in the Amsterdam Court. But I think to most judges, it's very tempting, or to most public prosecutors, it's very tempting to set up the line of thought from the European standpoint at first. And this is getting more and more into the system. So your lawyer is not counseling your Moscovites because the situation in Austria is so different. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, thank you. We have a... yes,
tak. I'm a member of the Danish Board, Free Speech Society. And since we have several distinguished Jews among us today, I would like to say that right here in the part of Copenhagen, the Jews can no longer walk with their caps on their heads. If you're a woman, you cannot wear a gold chain with a small star dated in it. You will be beaten, spit at, spat at, you will be harassed in several ways. Are you telling me that from tomorrow, if I write about that, someone will prosecute me? I doubt that. And also, I want to say that recently I heard that in Europe, in Denmark and in Europe, we will see an uprising. From just ordinary people saying enough is enough. And listening to you today, I see that it already started. Thank you.
Yes, it's shocking what you're telling me, but it's unfortunately all over Europe that we have citizens, so-called citizens, harassing Jews, and it's not to be condoned. It's despicable. What will happen if you write about it? I don't know. The framework decision is very clear. The problem is, it's how will it be? You know, is racism what you write about? Racism, there's no definition for racism other than the Council of Europe definition that religion is also a race. So we'll have to see. I hope you're not the first victim of this. I really do hope so. The second question?
It's just some people are seeing enough.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I said that before. People are opening their eyes, and it's more and more and more every single day. I see that in my own family, and I see it that, you know, just a year ago, if you had a group like this in Austria, you'd have 3 people sitting here. If you had, I don't know how it is in Denmark, you'd have 3 people, and that's it. But I mean, it's full, and nearly full, and it's just a couple of empty chairs of people who didn't want to see me, but had Wilders, which is fine with me. But I don't think you would have said a lot of different things, you know. But yes, it's changing, and that is a good sign, and it gives me hope. On the one hand. On the other hand, if I look at demographics, I think we're hopeless. I think we're lost.
Yes.
Okay? And if we all went out, last sentence, if we all went out, each one of us, and made 3 babies tonight, it wouldn't make a difference either. That's the problem, as far as I know from demographics, and I'm no mathematician here. So it's frustrating. But I'm upbeat, I'm hopeful, and I'm so glad to see you all here. Thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me, this will be the last question. We are running 10 minutes late, so keep it briefly. We can't hear it.
How do I make it?
No, life is coming.